Good morning, everyone. Rise and grind. Today I'm going to show you how to use Cricut Infusible Ink on a mug. Let's get started. So here we are in Cricut Design Space. The first thing we need to do is grab our file. So we're going to click on the upload button over here in the lower left. You're going to click Upload Image, and we're going to navigate to where we saved the file. So I'm going to click Browse, and I put it on my desktop, and it's right here. We're going to click Open. Here's the design. We're going to click Save. It's right here. It'll be the first one in your recently uploaded images, and we're going to click Insert Image. So here is the image. You can make this as big or small as you want. I'm going to put it at about between 3.5 and 3.7 inches tall. That's up to you. My mug is 4 inches tall, so I just want to make sure that that fits within the space of my mug. Before we go any further, we can tell all of these are on different layers. So that means if we click Make It, all of my letters are going to separate. So before we go any further, we need to make sure everything is selected. It looks like it is, but I'm just going to click and drag over it and make sure I've got everything. Then I'm going to right click and click Attach. That's telling Design Space, don't rearrange this. I want you to keep those letters in the exact order that I have them. So now we're going to click Make It. And you can see it did keep everything intact just the way it was laid out. And we're going to click this mirror button. We need to mirror when we're using infusible ink. We're going to click Continue. Select your Cricut device. Once it's found your Cricut device, I'm going to click Browse All Materials because I do not see infusible ink right here in my popular ones. So I'm going to click Browse All Materials. And up here in the search bar, I'm just going to type infusible ink. And you can see it gives me the result for an infusible ink transfer sheet. That's exactly what I want. So I'm going to click on that and click Done. It's going to tell me that I need the fine point blade. So let's cut this on the Cricut. So I've opened my infusible ink and I've taken out the sheets. They come in 12 by 12 sheets. And you can see I've cut off a piece approximately 5 by 5-ish, and I put that on my mat pretty side up. I have my design reversed in Cricut Design Space. It's all set to go. I've chosen infusible ink as my material. So I'm just going to load that into the Cricut and cut that with the fine point blade. So while that's cutting, I'm going to go ahead and prepare my mug. This is a sublimation mug. It can't be just a regular coffee mug. It needs to be a sublimation mug. And I'm just going to spray that with a little bit of alcohol and wipe it with a lint-free cloth. This will just remove any lint or oils from your fingers from the mug, which could interfere with the transfer. So once my design is cut, I'm going to remove it from the mat. And unlike regular vinyl, when you weed infusible ink, you kind of want to roll it, and this will kind of crack it. You want to touch the ink as little as possible, but obviously you're going to have to touch it a little bit. And you just kind of fold it back on the corner, and then you can easily weed it just like so. And you can pretty much just weed it with your fingers. So there you can see I have weeded it. So now I'm just going to go in and get rid of the centers of my letters. Again, I can just use my fingers and easily lift that. So there you can see the back of my design. That's a little bit easier to see, but I've got it all weeded, and I just did that with my fingers in the air. It just weeds really well if you've got a nice sharp blade in your Cricut. So the next thing you want to do is take your mug, and again, we've already cleaned this with a lint-free cloth and made sure that there's no oils on it. So I'm not going to touch the mug with my hands. I'm just going to touch it with the, use the handle. And then you're just going to place your design, and I'm just going to eyeball it. Now my mug is 4 inches, so I made my design about 3.75. So you just want to rub that down and make sure that you don't have any bubbles in it. Make sure that it's making contact with the mug. And because this transfer paper is sticky, you don't have to add any extra tape, but you certainly can if you feel like you've got any areas that look like they might not be stuck down very well. So you can see I've got the design on the mug. I've just made sure that everything is adhered well. It's making good contact with the mug. And anywhere that you're not real sure about, you can add some extra tape if you want. But that looks pretty good. I'm going to put it in the mug press at 400 degrees for 180 seconds or 3 minutes. So here we go. I'm going to put the handle up, close the mug press, and hit enter. Now, if you want to do this with the Cricut Easy Press, you certainly can use the directions for the Cricut Easy Press with Infusible Ink transfer tape on ceramic, or choose coasters, and that will give you the correct settings and times to use with the Easy Press. One thing you want to make sure though is don't be moving that Easy Press as you're pressing it. You want to put it down and hold it, and then you're gonna have to move it over and get the rest of your design. It really works best if you can cover the entire design in one press, but it can be done with the Cricut Easy Press. So I'm going to let this count down, and I'll be right back. So our time's almost up. You can see I've put a heat-resistant glove on. While the handle of the mug is not hot, the mug is going to be extremely hot. So you want to use extreme caution. If you're doing this with children around, you might want to make them stand back during the removal. It is going to be quite hot. So we're done. We're just going to open up the press. And I will link everything that I'm using in the description below the video. Here's the press. Let's go ahead and remove the infusible ink. And it turned out so amazing. I love it. So here's our finished mug. Didn't this turn out so cute? I love this pattern. It has all different shades in one sheet. So you can see I don't know how well you can see the color, but you can see the pink fades into the blue, which is the part of the pattern. And then the bottom is all the blue. And then it fades into even the lighter color. So everyone's going to be very unique. Now, if you're interested in this design, I have it linked in the description below the video. I have my mug press and my Cricut linked, as well as the infusible ink. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Rise and grind. See ya. Bye-bye.